My name is Elena, and one of my favorite sayings from the Abraham Hicks material is, if it's not a hell yeah, it's a no. It's all about following your inner guidance and trusting that if something feels right, it is. And if something doesn't quite feel right, then it's not. This was especially impactful for our kids in their teenage years. We didn't have a lot of rules for them to follow because we encouraged them to listen to their own inner guidance. Making decisions on their own was empowering for them and held them accountable to themselves. Of course, we supported them when they needed our help, especially when they were little, but they learned to trust that inner power that knows what's best for them even better than my husband and I do. Within each one of us, there's a connection to something much bigger than ourselves. It's an inner support system we all have access to and can always rely on. Whether your take on it is spiritual or pragmatic or religious, it's an intelligence that you can just trust. When we follow the guidance that comes from this intelligence, we are led to experience life at its fullest. Our true self is always leading us to our best life, and the form of communication is through our emotions. So always pay attention to how you're feeling. What's good for us feels good, and what isn't good for us doesn't feel good. Often our feelings are in response to our perception of an experience. When we change the way we're looking at something, it changes the experience. For example, we might feel scared about a job interview. So is that fear a signal not to pursue the job? Not necessarily. You can look for ways to see it from an opposing perspective. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not good enough for this job. But if you change it to, I am good enough for this job, and then find 3 reasons why you are, it'll help you to weed out your thoughts that are not true. Then, even though you might still feel nervous, you'll also sense from within that it's worth showing up for the interview and giving it your best shot. If something feels like a hell yeah, there is a clear signal from within to move forward in that direction with your current perspective. And I like to add that if it's not a hell yeah, then it's often a no for now. It's not that source energy is deciding for us what we should or shouldn't do. It's that our inner guidance is always tuned into the frequency of our own personal desires. And the sensations we feel are the indicator of whether or not we are a vibrational match to our desire. It's kind of like the game that kids play where they hide something and then guide their friend with clues of being hot or cold, leading them closer to finding the hidden item. In that same sense, our good feelings are the indication that we're moving in the direction of what we want, and our uncomfortable feelings let us know that we're pointed away from what we want. If it's a no for now, there might be some discord between what we want and what our next step is in that moment. So we might have to change our focus or move into a different action step to fully align with our desire before that feeling changes to a hell yeah. In this regard, the no feeling is because we are not calibrated or vibrationally up to speed with our desired outcome through what is presenting itself at that time. And sometimes it's a very clear no. I encourage you to trust that signal, even if it puts you in an uncomfortable situation that you think you can override. Not trusting the strong no often leads us to regret or disappointment. When we're following the inspired action from our inner guidance, we can live with integrity and not compromise what is in line with our highest good. Our true self guides us with inspired thoughts and feelings, and we can trust that we are supported by universal energy to keep us pointed in the right direction. Moving forward through inspired action will bring us the joy and satisfaction and fulfillment. You got this. Continually ask yourself, is it a hell yeah or a hell no for now?